you've got this potentially fundamental consciousness is potentially the base of reality, right? What that means is the rules are probably a little bit different than what we assumed before. So the classic story of aliens is they come from light years away, or, initially it was the moon, right? And then there was the Martians. And then, as we've learned more about this place, like it's probably
a galaxy far, far away is generally
and it keeps getting further and further out. They just recently found a planet that they think's got life. But they're so far away for a physical being to travel, they'd have to live very long or have some kind of hibernation thing. We saw this all in the sci-fi stuff with Star Trek and all of that. But I think where the kind of alien discourse has been going recently is more that maybe this whole reality that we exist in is a lot deeper and more dimensional than we imagine, right? So it's almost like one of the cells in your gut has a relationship with your head and with the kind of executive function in your body, but it's probably not aware of the whole thing. You're aware of it, you can affect it, but it also can fuck you up, if your gut's wrong. So there's a two-way relationship. Maybe we are like a cell or a smaller organism and a much larger one. And maybe some of these things that are interacting with us are like the human is to the gut cell. And so we can see parts of them, or we can have some kind of relationship or interaction with them, but we can't necessarily perceive them in the same way that they perceive us. That's one route we could go down.
I mean, I think that is part of the universal consciousness route as well, which is that we're part of something much bigger. We see things like dark matter. We don't know what the hell it is. Maybe it's consciousness. We see the universe expanding. And if the universe's purpose is to know itself, then information, and whether it's consciousness or just information alone, will expand the universe. But we can't see, and we'll never see that process because it's far too big for us. So that would make sense. But I don't see how aliens particularly fit into that because of partly the Fermi paradox that we talked about the last time around, but about just the why and how do they come, go, disappear? Why is there a similarity? What is it? I don't know. What do you think about that theory of aliens then? Do you give it a lower probability, a decent probability, and why?
That they're physical.
That they're physical, we just can't see them. They're part of a larger structure that we can't generally see.
Yeah, this is the fun part, right? Like
and this is this is without the quantum idea, which we'll come on to.
Yeah.
That's my personal theory.
Well, there's, if we go back on the history, right, we've got all the ancient alien theory stuff, which is fun, and some people think that the pyramids are alien structures and things. And there's the meme of that guy with the big hair, and all the explanations are aliens, and he's got ancient aliens. And then you've got things like like the religious texts. You mentioned the Vedas, and there's the biblical. There's all sorts of religions have these kind of accounts of things that could be UFOs. Then you got Roswell, like the classic crash. And then there's been all sorts of things since then. All these weird CIA government projects in the States, Project Stargate. All these like really. And
did you read that book, America? I think was it called American Cosmos? It was something like that.
No, I've heard about that one. Did you read that one?
Oh my God. I mean, I got recommended by, again, somebody I would say is a amazing realist, a bit of a polymath, and not somebody who would say, hey, read a book about aliens and UFOs. And he said, go read this book. So I picked it up, read it, and I was like, holy shit. And the journalist went to interview this guy who was I can't remember what. It was a while ago since I read it. And he showed materials that had never been seen on Earth before that he had collected from a wreckage, and then the whole story behind it. Extraordinary thing, because it was a journalist written it to debunk it and walked away going, oh my God, I don't really believe it. This guy's become quite famous, but again, it came from a source which was not somebody who said, you got to read this latest, conspiracy theorist. He's like, no, you got to read this. It was amazing.
Well, what did you make of that?
It made me again realize that this mythology is so long-lasting and has so many similarities across so many cultures that it has a high probability of being something.
Hey, thanks for sticking around to the end. Look, if you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button and check out the video here on the right-hand side. I'm sure you'll enjoy that one as well. And if you're ready for more, go to realvision.com/join. I'll see you there.